guys, welcome to the next episode of Comic Clone Force 99. I believe this is episode 9. I'm going to forget this every time.
Yeah.
So 9 or 10.
It's 9 or 10, yeah. Crap. Yeah.
Whatever we release first, it doesn't really matter, but 9 or 10, whatever. And we're going to be almost done with this Age of Republic series. So we're on the dark side. We have 3 we're going to go through today, hopefully, depending on how well these conversations go. And then 2 more, which will be Anakin and Padme, and then we'll have something else. So, we have Fett, Maul, and then a special.
Yeah, so, which kind of has like, there's some light side, there's some dark side, and then there's a little bit more light side. But, who cares?
Well, or dark side.
It's true.
Wait till we get to that one. I
agree.
Let's start it up. Jango Fett. Some of these are more just fun, but I kind of like some of the nuggets in there. We're not here to try to go through every single piece, but we're here for nuggets and kind of cool things, and I think there is that in this one.
Yeah, I truthfully, I enjoyed all 3 of these comics. I really did. The timeline that they fit these in are really neat. As far as the timeline.
Oh, I totally agree. Yeah. Like, you're like, oh, that 1,000,000,000% makes sense why that would happen. So,
Yep.
Yeah, we start here with like some bounty hunters. They're talking about Jango, just like never turn down easy money. This starting on page 4. I like that he says, that's like right there. He said right there. From what I hear, he's got himself a sweet gig. Steady work with some mystery client.
Yeah. A sweet gig.
But he's still taking other jobs. And then this part killed me right here. He says, sorry, I missed that. Yeah, realized they have deep enough pockets to be his only client. But he's still taking other jobs. And then right there, just the itch never really goes away. I thought that was like super cool, and I wrote in my notes before they even brought it up. I said, "Yeah, he took on the assassination of Senator Amidala too. Like, he had no business doing that if like they're paying him to make a full army of himself. But that itch never goes away for a bounty hunter. I think that was just kind of
cool. I would agree, and it ended up being his end, but everyone remembers that, and I thought it was neat to see here in a moment when more or less when Boba pops in, because I didn't see Boba coming and being in this comic. I didn't see it coming.
Yeah, he popped up.
Hello. Something's following you.
It's so stupid. Somebody's following you. I kind of like this dialogue too. That he's like, "Why can't we work with Cad Bane, Aurora Singh, and Sam Wessel, like all famous bounty hunters, right?" He's like, "Because you know them, you know how they work, but you need to know how to learn the unknown, which is what the bounty hunter, seems like the bounty hunter way is like deal with the unknown and figure out the consequences later."
Good call.
I really like that this next scene here with Mysterio. Yeah, right here. And you want to read this part? Just this whole
we aren't born with our reputations. We have to earn them. As he gets out into the desert, "I'm sure you'll find the price the Kaminoans are offering is more than fair. For access to my genetic template, regular access. You will be expected to reside with the cloners on Kamino when you aren't taking business elsewhere, should you choose to do so. Although if you wish to retire from your current line of work, your compensation should be more than enough. One question for you, Tyrannus. Why me? There are plenty of bounty hunters out there. But there are few who have your reputation, Jango Fett, both in terms of your skills and your discretion. Few are still who are human. Think of it, a grand army of the Republic, a show of strength and power like the galaxy has never seen, all stemming from you. How many men can claim such a legacy?
So, I don't know. I thought that was super cool because I feel like we knew that had taken place, but we had never seen that conversation. So, like that's just kind of a cool nugget scene. Like, we know it takes place, but like, just kind of a cool, I don't know, just a cool dialogue. Like,
yep. It filled in a gap. It filled in a gap that we all know had to have happened at some point. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, so now we know why Jango is on Kamino when Kenobi's there.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Now I don't know. It's just a little more clear. So.
Yep.
Yeah. So then, obviously they gotta go return this girl. All this stuff's not really important unless. Oh, they get her. She tries to fall. Like, yeah, just like fly through all this.
Yeah, I agree. The actual job itself, meh.
Yeah. You needed 16 bounty hunters. What the heck? But then they're like, "Oh, we're gonna double cross you." I'm like, "Oh, I didn't see that one coming."
Wait. Oh man, you just ruined it. I'm just kidding. Hold on.
Here's another lesson for you, kid. Always watch your back.
Always watch your back. Sorry, that's my Mike Wazowski sound.
Well, I see this ugly rat thing, and that's what I see. Give us right? Yeah, that one on the left. We did all the work.
We did all the work.
So, give us the girl and your ship, and you can have your boy back. Yeah. But, yeah, so you're a coward and all this stuff. And then, let's see.
A little Western showdown, though. I kind of dug it.
Yeah.
I get like a major Western vibe from it, by the way, while we're kind of watching that.
Yeah. And they're like, no, she isn't kidding. He's like, you could try, but freaking Boba's like trained like a killer, dude.
Yeah.
And then literally all you hear is lesson for you: search your prisoners. They just straight point blank blasted this person in the chest, and then slammed her head on. Right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, you've killed Timber.
Yeah.
I'll be your dead too. And it was an execution style kill too. So he's like, all right, I'll shoot your gun away. I'll get you down to a knee. And then.
Oh yeah.
Right into the skull.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I was like, I thought Anakin snapped that guy's neck. No, Boba's really killing everyone at that age.
It's the first of a few of those this podcast where we'll see some of that content.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just said young Boba with some ruthless kills. And none of this is...
It's funny because, like, we didn't see a lot of this. We saw... I felt like in Clone Wars, we saw a lot of regretful young Boba. Like,
yeah,
I'm telling you what, I know a ton of people are really cheesed off about the Boba Fett series in general because they don't like that Boba Fett went on a journey and kind of learned some, compassion and teamwork, and he really like had this character arc. A lot of people don't like it, and I know that.
yeah,
And I feel that. I get it. I get where they're coming from. They're used to seeing, I'll call it like stone faced Boba Fett and not knowing anything about what his personality is. But I'm telling you what, this is the original Boba being all like down and dirty. When his dad dies, he starts a journey, and he's already, when he's rolling with Clone Wars and he's rolling through stuff with, there's a girl that like he was rolling with through Clone Wars that ended up like dying.
yeah. It was just this Azura girl.
Yeah.
She was one of them he mentioned. So like he already trusted her.
Right. He was already regretful of how she behaved that point going forward. He was always kind of like, oh, well, all I really want to do is kill Mace Windu. That's my big concern. I don't really want to, beat these other people up and do this and do that. That's not really what I'm here for. So I'm telling people that they missed the signs around Boba Fett and his journey, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And even in this, he lets the one live. Like, you're not going to get a bounty, but I'm going to let you live.
Yep. Fair, very fair.
But, I think
he showed mercy right there. He showed mercy. Of course, he killed the other two, whether it was execution style or not. Like, it wasn't as dirty as it was a clean kill from his perspective. But he showed mercy right there. So, like you said, even right there, he's already showing that mercy.
Yeah. So, and then I just love that they're talking, whatever. And then the very last scene, he said, a father couldn't ask for a better start to his son's legacy. Oh, you mean killing 2 bounty hunters and then letting someone go? I mean, okay. I'm so proud of you, son.
And that line right there, I wasn't sure you were going to let the Rodian go.
Yeah.
His dad wanted him to let him go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I thought it was good.
Yeah. And then I I wanted him to tell the other bounty hunters what happened today. Like, yeah, that's smart. Smart move.
Yeah, I think that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, that's all I had, but, I don't know if you had anything else, but, yeah, I thought that was pretty good. Pretty quick, but solid.
Yeah. There was some, reading this background too, was interesting because, it starts, I felt like this background gave a nice little Mandalorian type, the TV show included content with it. Because these came out in 2019, and Mandalorian, I think, was already out. And I think that's where they crafted some of this content.
Yeah, I think you are correct.
Yeah. So, like, it does kind of talk about the arc of Jango Fett and how, we knew so little about him, and now we're learning so much. And I'm sure it kind of laid the groundwork for people wanting a Boba Fett TV show.
Yeah, I think so. I think so too. I don't know. I thought that was funny that they put in there that Jango was not a real Mandalorian.
He was Crimson.
Yeah,
he was
like,
not Mandalorian, but he was part of Crimson Dawn, and he was a foundling. Which, as we learned, he wasn't really Mandalorian. Which is why all the Mandalorians, including Bo-Katan's, always like, "You're not really a Mandalorian." And he's like,
"Actually, I am, but okay."
Yeah, and he's like, "Well, screw you. I really am." So.
Yeah. This is funny to me. just funny to me. But yeah, that was good. I've been liking this, and I have some comments about that white panel, like at the end for the next one.
Yeah.
For Maul.
Cool.
So. Yeah, Maul was good. I think it was another quick story, but I thought it was good too. So
yeah, I thoroughly enjoy it. It moves so quick. There's no chance for me to get tired and kind of get sleepy during boring parts that don't mean anything because there's generally not too much of it.
Yeah. I think it's interesting that, so, we start here at lower levels of Coruscant. He's talking with this guy, and Maul's in, like, the sky.
Yep.
I think that's interesting. I don't think we've ever seen that.
He's in a disguise, working as an employee for he himself, the boss.
Yeah.
Like, he's referring to himself in third person as being the boss of this crime syndicate that technically he's secretly the boss of. I personally thought it was really cool to know that he was already laying crime world underground right here prior to Clone Wars when he came back, when his brother saved him.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
Yeah. He was already
also,
in that mindset.
On the whole brother thing, just for a moment.
Sure.
It's not really his real brother, right? Didn't they just kind of witchcraft him up anyway? Like, I know they say, like, oh, my brother, and then in this, they're like, my brother, but it's like, didn't the Night Sisters and the whatever her name is just craft this guy out of nothing? Like, oh, this is a Dathomir male.
No, dude. No.
Am I tripping?
You're tripping, and I'm shocked. It's one of the rare times I ever have to be like, they take puny males and they buff them up into really buff Dathomirian males. They witchcraft them to be bigger, bolder people. Think back to the Clone Wars when they were in like male training mode, and Asajj Ventress shows up to try and find oh crap, what's the brother's name?
Well, they said it in this at the end.
I know. What's the brother's name? Everyone listening to this is like, whatever. You're not a real fan because you don't remember it off the top of your head. Savage Opress. Okay. Remember when Savage Opress was there with his other brother and they were trying to kind of protect each other, and Ventress was whooping all the males' asses, and they were like puny pieces of trash, and she was like, she was kicking their butts.
Yeah. Yeah, but I remember they were small. But I'm saying, like, they basically took a male and then made him bigger. That's what they did?
Yeah.
But he was technically Maul's brother.
Yes.
Okay.
Just like, but like, did he know that? Was he like an older brother? How well did he know him? Because it was the witch. It was the witch queen that reminded him and let him know that there is another, your brother. Like, oh, what? I didn't even know I had a brother. All right, maybe you're right. Maybe they weren't blood brothers, but then again, how the family... I
just always got, like, brother...
How the family genetics of Dathomirian males exists exactly? I don't know. It seems a little weird. This, like, this tribe of Dathomirian males, and they're all like, ew, Moivin, I'm going to fight you, Oh no, the woman.
But here's the thing, like, I'll have to go back and watch, because I just don't remember him being an actual brother of him. All I remember is that literally he came out and was like, and then he disappeared into like smoke when they killed him.
You know, there's also the concept of, hold on, that Ventress, all of the Night Elf women are her sisters.
Yeah, I hate that too.
So was he really
Oh
like,
my God.
you know, oh, brother, I grew up with my brother. He, you know, Darth Maul's my older brother. Okay, you know what? You're onto something. I don't think they went down to 7-Eleven and picked up some Slurpees and bought like, you know, nickel bazooka gums and bought, you know, $2 packs of baseball cards. I don't think it was that kind of brotherhood.
Yeah, probably not.
Okay.
Anyway, sorry for getting off topic.
That's okay. I love
So-
I love conversations like that because you eventually had me prove that you were correct. They weren't really brothers.
All good. Anyway, so we're here, we're talking to this guy. So they're working together, and they're like, oh, I heard he's the best, you know. His name is,
Take,
I wrote it down.
yeah.
Zeke Pyro.
Yeah, Zek Pyro.
So basically, they're gonna go like get a shipment or fight some people off. Is that I don't know.
Yeah.
I love the Maul inner dialogue. So you
Yeah.
have not read the other Maul one, or no? I did send you the Maul one, so you have read it, or maybe you. I don't know. Maybe not.
No.
Okay, so the first Maul one, the
Yeah.
dialogue is like this.
Yes. Yeah. You're talking about this one.
Very much.
You're talking about this one.
Yes, I think.
Yeah.
That's
the second one, I believe. Yeah. Well,
No,
there were
it's the other
two
one,
separate
maybe.
ones.
It's the
It's the
other
other one. Okay. That one.
That one, yeah.
That one.
That one
Yeah.
is like, it actually kind of leads into this one, so I'm surprised why that one's not part of this, but you know, no big deal.
We'll have to read these because at some point, obviously, we will cover them. And I know those of you that are listening to the podcast don't hear, but they're more or less the the original books that Ryan bought. Once I bought him the actual Darth Vader ones, he picked these up, and when he comes here to visit next month, I'm gonna give those back to him. So.
Yeah, so
the narration is red, by the way. Very dark, very Sith, of course. Go figure.
Yeah.
Just like Vader's inner thoughts were very red.
Yeah, so they're in there, and then I like that he was like, yeah, I sense the Force in him. And he's clumsy, he doesn't know, but like, I sense it in him.
Yeah, was that like right here?
It
perhaps,
was on page-
or perhaps one with a connection to the Force, and so he was hired by the Kaitis cartel, by me. So this is the crime lord that Darth Maul is. But let me further elaborate on the force of luck within him, because did the luck scene already kind of happen? Because he ends up getting lucky, and
No, it's farther.
it's farther. Okay, with that being said,
up all those guys.
I'll forecast there will soon be an additional Jar Jar Binks conversation in just a moment. Let us continue.
Yeah, so basically they go and they're like, I sense the Force in him. Does he know? Because then it's like, does he know that from experience? Is it something more? What's the deal here? So they go, they beat the crap out of everyone. And then he's like, but I can sense his potential. Yeah, all in this area. I can sense his potential. And there it is again, where he's like, oh, I guess I was lucky.
Yep.
There, just a touch of the Force, a guiding hand. So, from all these comments, I'm like, Maul might, is like, I like him. I think he's good. He's the Jedi are stupid for making him an outcast. Perhaps he could have been one of the Jedi. Yet one more of a corrupt number issuing judgment from on high.
Sorry, what page is that?
9.
Perhaps he could have been one of them, a Jedi. Yet one more of a corrupt number issuing judgment from on high. This is like Darth Maul completely showing you the early stages of his issues with Jedi in general. That kind of is the precursor to then Obi-Wan ends up being the center point of all of Darth Maul's Jedi hatred.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I think, he's like, he'll never know what he could have been. And he kind of picks up a blade here. And he says, even here on the lower levels, the wound caused by a lightsaber was brought to vision. And then, yeah, right. Right into him. Killed him. And I just wrote, Crazy Maul killed Zach Pyro cold-blooded even though he wasn't a Jedi. I stopped right there. That was my first note. And then you slide one next page over, and it says, this death satisfies nothing. Yeah, right there at the top. This death satisfies nothing. The rage, the hunger for blood, it's as loud as ever. And I was like, oh, yeah, I forgot. Like, you're like a wild... And then I said, he's a wild animal wanting to kill, like, his prey. Like, it's not even like... I don't know. Like, it's not even like a human sometimes with him. He's just like an animal.
He tries to defend himself in his behavior. And...
yeah.
Thank you for bringing that up, because it's interesting, because I'm curious then on your take about the rest of it, especially when, he and Sidious go to the temple. I'm really curious on your take.
Yeah. So, yeah, like, Sidious is like, slaughtering the Jedi scrap, risking all that you have built, the plans I already have in motion, like, that's not worth it. He's like, I'm going to be the first one to burn him down. He's like, all right, now you must learn to temper it with patience. And then right here at the bottom, or like the middle, at the memory, that Maul killing this Padawan is from that book, from the red book you held up. That was like,
gotcha.
Yeah. So that's why I was like, oh, that's funny that led into that. Because basically he was like, she's weak. I'm gonna get her on her own, and we're gonna fight. And it was way harder than he thought it was gonna be.
Gotcha.
Even though she was a Padawan. And he was like, oh, that was good or whatever. So, but then they're like, okay, now we gotta go here to this temple. Now, is this the same one that Vader,
yes,
Ahsoka, Ezra,
and Darth Maul himself showed up to?
Yeah. Kanan. I think it's the same one.
Yeah, and I like this, like, I love reading the panels when there's continuity between them. Check out my screen when the panels coalesce from, like, the flashback to the new. I love it when the panels do that.
Look at his eyes, dude.
I know.
Boom, I love that.
It's so cool. It's so neat.
So
I love
good.
it. Yeah.
I love, too, that like, that bottom panel right there, that one, the destruction they will bring upon themselves, I always find this funny, because they almost sometimes see themselves as, like, the victims. Like, those faces look like, we're victims, and the Jedi, like, are with the red, and it's just so funny to me. But, I don't know. even though it looks like they have, green and blue lightsabers.
I know.
And you see that if you zoom in, you see that's like the Kylo Ren saber.
Oh yeah.
It's
If you think back, it was in the episode when Ezra reaches down to pick it up. And he kind of shakes it. I swore it was the equivalent, like, crossblade, like Kylo Ren had, that Ezra lights up, and he goes, "Oh, it still works." I swear it was that lightsaber.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, ashes from our fallen past. And they're like, all right, eat the ashes. I'm like, what the? Eat the ashes? I knew you Sith were wild, but so he eats the ashes, and then I love this next the one right next to it. Next one. Yeah. you get a Darth Maul in Jedi robes. I was like, is this like a or am I getting punked right now? Like, what's the deal here? Like,
so did you not realize it was his like Jedi? It was like his temple experience.
No,
Okay,
I did. I just was like, it's funny to see him in these Jedi robes.
And it is interesting because, like, I guess to begin this journey, you have to eat the ashes of the fallen brethren.
Yeah, yummy.
Yum.
So tasty. Yeah, I just thought that was funny. Like, it's like a dream where he's like, oh, I'm naked or I'm in my underwear in front of my whole class, like, ah!
What am I doing dressed like a Jedi? This is not is not me.
I just love this too. Like, this all just feels so fraud. Like obviously, like, help my family. And he's like, I'm no Jedi protector of the weak, but I am a hunter, and I will still hunger for fresh prey. Like, that just feels so, like, fraudulent to me. Like, clearly you should, like, protect this kid. But, like, he's, like, a Sith. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, well, I'm not gonna protect you, but I am a hunter. So I will go kill this thing for you. I just was like, this is just so funny to me. This is, like, so counter everything.
I think he has to justify the why in this circumstance.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's all funny to me.
Yeah.
The blue saber, the double saber was pretty
And the
sick.
blue double saber, yeah, I noticed. Yeah, I know.
So,
because we've, like, I really feel like we have never really seen that.
No.
Yeah.
Not a double blue saber. So I thought that was cool.
Yeah, I like that.
And then the next one. Not that. Nor that. Or that. Or that. Or that. That one. Look at. Wait, let me see if I can zoom in.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I've never done this in my life.
What's this
like
family
those,
dinner?
It's like one of those those bad, just like the sitcom from the 80s or 90s, and it's like, Gerald, what are you doing? He's like, you caught me. You know what I mean? Like, he's like, whoa, I don't know. This is so funny. I mean, like, thank you, Master Jedi. You had nothing by. And he's like, oh.
This right here, though, this was the brutal part of my favorite. Like, you get it, like, lightsaber clean through, like, just, I'm done. This is, no.
Yeah.
I'm done.
And then it just, the head starts to topple.
And then the head is just, like, on the ground. And then the rest of it's just like, wonk, 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 you know. I mean, they're children at this point, you know. No, but why?
The lie will end. And then this is cool symbolism here. So, just to No, like a couple panels here.
I like the fact that his statement right here though kind of rolls up into the Jedi Council is bad. Like this right here is the proof that you need that Darth Maul is being convinced over and over that the Jedi are a lie. And this is why he feels that way, because this is what the Jedi do. And he's like, no, dude, it's a lie told to a desperate galaxy. This is just what they do. So.
Yeah, but Maul's crazy. I mean, that's true. But in this moment, he's just like, he's crazy. But, yeah, so that kind of, you see that blue kind of Jedi right there.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's 2, and then there's 20. That was just cool symbolism for just right when he says, you know, what did you see? And then he says, yeah, what did you learn? And he says, rage, it fuels us. We knew that. But it won't be enough to stop the Jedi alone. They have numbers on their side in the face of the Republic. And the Sidious is like, yeah, in time, with careful planning, they spoke. I thought that was cool for Maul to realize, hey, this is why we practice patience. There's 2 of us. Like, if we're going to topple things, we're going to have to topple things from inside.
Yeah.
Like, 2 of us, like, going guns a-blazing, we'll both die. We'll kill a bunch of Jedi, but we'll both die. And I love that he says, patience may run contrary to the passion of the Sith, but if we act without thinking, without a plan, we will never. I thought that was just, like, a super cool quote right there. Like, yeah, patience and, like, rage, like, just act right now, but it's, like, patience, like, me planning everything is mega. So.
And as we knew, like, Palpatine's plan here, you know, was a handful of years worth. And, you know, Maul just wanted to be like, you know, let's go, you know, and
let's just kill Jedi. Let's just bust in and kill everyone. Like,
yeah.
If you do that, like, you're both going to die.
Yeah.
And there'll still be a council. So, yeah, I thought that was super good.
I will say, and I know you have notes from it too, that there is a lot of conversation here about how George Lucas is like, I like Darth Maul. I'm bummed I had to kill him. Hey, Dave Filoni, why don't you figure out how to bring this guy back? And thank God for Dave Filoni, the savior of Star Wars.
I 100% agree with everything you just said.
Yeah.
But, you know what my note was?
Yeah, what?
After reading these panels, I've actually lost respect for George Lucas.
Wait, for who?
What?
You've lost respect for...
George Lucas. I said, he sucked. He sucked. Hey guys, I want Darth Maul back in there. Hey, how do you want to do it? No, I don't know. You figure it out. He's an Italian guy now. I'm like, come on. That's garbage. Garbage. You can't tell me, you know, Filoni was like, well, I guess I'm going to have to write him in somehow. And Filoni goes, he was cut in half. He's not coming back. And George Lucas says, no.
Figure it
what
out.
I say goes. Figure it out.
Figure it out.
I lost so much respect for him, dude. I don't know. Figure it out. Dude, that's just the dumbest thing ever. Well, you know, I underutilized him. I think we can use him. Like, yeah, of course we could have used him. He should have been alive still, but that, like, made me so angry reading this last part.
I have a friend who will go unnamed, and I've referenced this friend several times here, and he's told me a story about how apparently when George Lucas put together episode 1, it was this giantly huge mess of a script. And they brought back like some of the original, like writers to help George piece it all together in a way that made sense. And like, I know that, let's put it this way. I think in some cases, and I'll be the second person to say that, I too rag on George Lucas a lot. I really do. But I will defend him in the concept of, if it wasn't for him, and let me say this. If it wasn't for him in general doing what he did do along the lines of what he did do, let alone selling this all to Disney, overall, I'm a big fan of it because I think the concept of Star Wars became too big for just George Lucas to run it.
I totally agree.
Yeah. And thankfully, like, it's an entity that's bigger than George Lucas, and it takes even more than just Dave Filoni because, at the same time, I feel like, what's his face? Jon Favreau is kind of like the fuel to Filoni's fire, I feel like. You watch a lot of those Disney Plus specials, and it definitely feels like that. Like, Filoni will say, "Oh, do you remember this one scene where such and such and such?" And Favreau's like, "No, I don't remember that." And Filoni's like, "But I do. And with that said, I will also say I meant to. Oh crap. We just filmed the Andor thing. Overall, let me say this. I love what Andor did and what a lot of these shows are doing, specifically the Andor show, where did you notice what computers looked like in Andor?
They just looked, I guess, just like old? I don't know.
They looked old. The technology looks like computers in the 70s when the real 70s when George Lucas put together Star Wars. That technology still to this day looks like the right technology. When you see video displays and there's actually a face and it's on a video screen, it seems a little wrong when you see it. But when you see a hologram displayed of a character, it seems totally legit. Yeah. But when you see that screen and it's like on a video display and there's some video, it just doesn't look right. Whereas I love overall the fact that all of these people are like sticking with the original technology, because there's other there's other shows that have star in its name. And in some cases when they do old things that are supposed to look crappy, they don't look crappy. Like Star Trek Discovery, it's all before the original Star Trek with James T. Kirk and Spock, and everything from the 60s technology looked super trashy and really gross. Whereas Star Trek Discovery takes place right in that time frame, right before all that, and their technology is mind-blowingly better. They pay no heed to the fact that the technology is supposed to look kind of janky. And I will give them credit in Star Wars. The technology always looks super janky, and I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it too. So
sorry.
That's a good pull.
That's my rant. I'll stop. I'll chill out.
No, you're good. But yeah, so that is good. Yeah, we'll move on to the special.
Yeah, the special with a special, I'll call it appearance by Darth Jar Jar.
Yes, but pausing right here, we can cut all this. I don't think I have the capacity to do the third one tonight. So I think if we just cut it right here and then maybe just add that we can do the podcast on the last one, just add it on, if we record it in the next couple days. So
I will completely hit stop right now